Smosh movie is bad. The acting is almost okay. I like the Markiplier segment, but that's about it. I mean, it's enjoyably bad. Like, the animation in the beginning was not good. Okay, I'm here to talk about other stuff, like the problem solvers. Is okay, but some of the character designs did not work and kind of ugly, and like the background's so busy, it kind of is so nauseating. Like, could cause people seizures and stuff. Like, so bright and like everything's moving. But whatever. Fleabag Monkey Face, just Captain Underpants ripoff. All the episodes are so repetitive. The villain, it looks like a penis, which is funny. I just wish it had better writing. But, it's for like little kids, like probably like 5 or 6. No, because they won't notice all the bad things about it. It's kind of like Fanboy Chum Chum, but Fanboy Chum Chum's like way better. 16, that was a really good show. Remember the first time I watched it as a kid, and I watched the zombie special, and I thought that was the whole, like the finale to the show. So that was weird. But then I recently rewatched it, and I watched the whole show, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like the characters and stuff. Talking Tom and Friends, that was a good show. It was funny because the later season had the male animal characters have clothes, even though they didn't wear clothes before, so that was a little bit weird. Close Enough is like an adult version of regular show. It's the first season was pretty good, B plus, and then the other 3 seasons are good and a little bit repetitive with the exhalation into absurdity. The Larva TV show, that was good. It's kind of like Looney Tunes, but they're stuck in the sewers. But eventually they escaped because they got tired of it and went to live in the house. And then other people from the sewers came to the house, and then something happened, and then they ended up on an island, and then that was the new show. But then I didn't watch the rest, so. But it was good. Villainous was good. I wish there were more seasons of that show because it was really good. It was a B plus. It was just the issue was the English dub was a little bit off because so sometimes they trail off when they're talking. And it's like I saw the sub, like the Mexican dialogue is like pretty normal. So I don't get why the English dub had like slight changes. Cars on the Road is a B. Mayor's Tall Tales, I really enjoy Mayor's Tall Tales better than Cars on the Road. Doug's Days, it's about Doug from the end of Up, the Up movie, and that show's pretty good. I love Doug, he's pretty cute. Kicking It, I remember that being a good show. I like Kai, the main character. I was a little annoyed by the will they won't they between him and the blonde girl. But I did enjoy the show. Apparently I also watched all of Hannah Montana when I was a kid. Thanks to my dad telling me. I mean, I did remember a little bit of that show, especially like the small kid who appears as Lucy's brother in Fallout. Like, he was the best part about that show because I remember him on the beach screaming at people. I watched Ruby on Netflix when it appeared on Netflix. It's just a Solita ripoff, but I remember enjoying the show. Camp. I really like that show. I like the characters and stuff. Like David's songs. I just wish this had like a proper goodbye season, but they didn't. They sort of did, but then they had another season, and then they just silently canceled the show. So sad. Cause I wish they had like a proper goodbye. Watched the first season of Fire Force. That was good. I really liked the finale where the main character went super fast, broke time to try to save and also defeat his brother. I really enjoyed the cat girl, and she had a weird gimmick where she accidentally slipped out of her clothes and usually goes on top of the main character accidentally. I thought that was crazy. And so crazy that like during the time when the manga was coming out, like it turned out they were connecting it to Soul Eater, and then they connected it fully at the end. I was like, dude, Soul Eater is set in the far future, and the Fire forced universe. Like, that was crazy. Like, first it was they showed the moon. It was just crazy madness. People says the ABC show slash Disney Once Upon a Time. This was the live action Disney stuff before Disney. Maybe a little bit during it, because like one of the seasons since Frozen came out, with Anna and Elsa, they decided to connect it to this show. Literally, Anna and Elsa's are related to the main character because they have like the same aunt or mom or stuff, and I don't know, it's weird. But I really enjoyed the main characters' relationship with these characters. Like Snow White and Prince Charming are their dad, or her parents. I thought that was cool because they're like nearly the same age, but they're got turned immortal because the evil queen trapped them and faked the town into being like real life doll people. Like the queen was a bitch and like a massive threat. So was Rumpelstiltskin, but he was funny and a bit tragic, and I enjoyed him. Also enjoyed later in this show they introduced Captain Hook, and he was portrayed as an anti-hero, eventually hero because he gets with the main character, and they had like a solid good romance from what I remember. I did enjoy the show, but I didn't watch the last season because it didn't come out on Netflix, so I just dropped off. Also watched Bandersnatch when that was on Netflix. So sad that Netflix got rid of the interactive things because they had like a Looney Tunes inspired heist thing with a cat, and I enjoyed that. I think it was called like Cat Heist, Museum Heist or something. I don't remember. As a kid, I watched Wub Wub Wubsy. I like the theme song. That's all I remember from that show. Sonic for Hire. That was a good online show. But the last season kind of fell off because they had like a perfect finale, and then for some reason they made a new one to make fun of Sonic Mania, and it was just a little bit depressing because they were just talking about how they were out of ideas and stuff. And then they had Sonic Goes to College, and literally that did take so long to make the episode, so I think they're silently gonna stop working on those episodes. There was a web show called that's Sonic and Knuckles and their roommates, and that was a fun series. SML, I enjoyed that show. I mean, YouTube channel, like I really enjoy it. I like Brooklyn Guy. I like most of the characters. I found Rose a little bit annoying. I feel bad that she doesn't have Marvin's back, and Jeffy's a little bit of a monster. By a little bit, I mean like kind of a monster. And it could be a little bit insensitive times, little bit like, ugh, like what? But that's the charm of the show. I wish Cody in some of the videos wasn't a little creep, or Marvin gets the Squidward torture effect. But whatever, I still enjoy it. Ellis Marks catching up. I didn't really vibe with the first episode that he made. The plot was kind of stretched out, and I felt bad for the little mouse dude, how he was getting taken advantage of by these like ladies and stuff. And then like Clay reminds me of myself, so like it was kind of hard watching him trying to interact with people because he's so nervous and stuff, like how I am with people and stuff, because you don't want to be rejected by them. But then episode 2 was a banger. Scott DeWaz as brother Roy. Like, that was the amazing character. I love his joke with, "Oh, boys," because he said he doesn't want to go to Catholic school, and then he just worried that's all boys, and they did a close up on his face. He's like, "Oh, boys." I love that episode. I hope they make an episode 3. It's way better than Meat Cannon's Monster House, because first of all, in that show, like, the volume for the intro was super high, even if you turn down the volume. And then second, it's just like like after the first 2 or 3 episodes, it just lost itself, and like the story of like a ghost possessed American Sniper ghost based on a real dude possessing this like gross cop that hates that the main character is making monsters and stuff to help people. Well, I mean, he doesn't know that, but like, it's just like, what are we doing? Uh, yeah, I just like kind of fell off. But I mean, I liked his previous works and stuff, making fun of YouTube and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about. I mean, Markiplier's videos where you're teaming up with him, like in space or heist or, who killed Markiplier. Like Markiplier is so creative and stuff. I like all of his videos that aren't about video games. You know, like I love his creative works. I especially like when we team up with him because like I really feel his comedic energy and like I would like that guy to be my friend. But I know that's parasocial relationship, so like me watch the How the Grinch Stole Christmas cartoon. Uh, the Cat and Hat gets Grinched by the Grinch. Also watched the Cat and Hat animated movie, which was like 40 minutes long, and the other was like 3 shorts from Dr. Seuss's books, and that was interesting. Sonic, Sonic X, I can only get for 17 episodes. I don't feel bad for Chris Thorndike. I just wish this was like a shonen anime about Sonic and his friends. You could even have him team up with humans. That's like not the problem. It's just like, just how they went about it. It's just been him teaming up with people, like done overarching arc, and just him going on adventures and stuff, and actually making the main characters. Because some of the episodes, like he's not barely in it, barely does anything. It was so weird. But maybe I'll do an actual review of that show. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. I thought it was going to be bad, but it was like a B or B minus so far. It's just Chris Thorndike and his pals just drag the show down. Lankara's The Top of Fourth Wall movie is bad. Like and then you froze, like barely an argument. And that's it.